What's up guys, back here with another ReZero arc5 summary. This summary is going to be for chapter 7, The Sinful Man Sets Sail. So be sure to check out my last summary to be caught up for this one. And without further ado, let's begin. The chapter kicks off with Subaru questioning Anastasia on her introduction for the man called Kiritaka, and wonders if the part about his heart being stolen by a songstress is a nickname or a title. Anastasia responds that even though it may sound like a nickname, Kiritaka wears it as a title. Still noticing Subaru's confused expression, however, Anastasia attempts to put Kiritaka's situation into perspective by comparing it to Subaru's public outburst at the royal selection. Subaru flinches at the painful memory, but goes on to acknowledge that Anastasia's comparison does make Kiritaka's situation much more understandable, and then begins to question Anastasia and Kiritaka's personality. Anastasia replies that title aside, Kiritaka is a responsible man, very intelligent, and being the head of the Muse company, his business acumen cannot be questioned. Atto agrees with Anastasia's description and states that Kiritaka's reputation is widely known among merchants. However, all of his previous attempts to contact the Muse company were rejected. Anastasia in response feigns ignorance and states that she only was able to negotiate with the Muse company through good trust. Amelia then begins to question Anastasia and the songstress that managed to capture Kiritaka's heart. Julius responds, however, and states that the name of the songstress is Liliana and is currently being hosted by Kiritaka, who is currently restricting her from leaving the city due to his infatuation. Subaru thinks to himself that this situation resembles a tiny insect being trapped in a spider's web, and then to Julius states that a wandering songstress should be free to travel and share her music with the world. Julius agrees, but also explains that with Kiritaka's strange taste, it was only usual. This leaves Subaru confused, and as he presses Julius for clarification, he responds by explaining to Subaru that it would be best if Kiritaka were not to come in contact with Beatrice. Subaru, taking a moment to understand the situation, can only come to one conclusion: Kiritaka is a lolicon. Julius then makes it clear that this information is solely based on speculation upon meeting him and witnessing his attraction to Anastasia. Subaru nods and resolves himself to protect Beatrice during their stay in Pristella. Anastasia then notices that Mimi has not yet returned and again begins to question Subaru and the boy that Mimi ran off with. Subaru explains the name of the boy is Garfield Tinsel. He is 15 years old, an age where young boys dream the most. But that aside, Garfield is honest, courageous, and trustworthy. Anastasia accepts Subaru's explanation, and we then see Joshua enter the room. Joshua goes on to greet and insult Subaru, which manages to stun Julius, as he was not yet aware of the animosity Joshua holds towards Subaru. Julius then scolds Joshua and apologizes on his behalf. Anastasia then goes on to invite the group to dinner, to which Amelia accepts, and as the meeting comes to a close, Amelia stands and begins to make her way out of the room. Garfield suddenly intersects them just outside of the inn and explains that moments into his stroll with Mimi, he was attacked by two others similar to her, and not wanting to risk hurting them by fighting back, he was forced to run away until he was saved by a giant dog man. Subaru then puts the story together in his mind as he remembers the existence of Mimi's two other siblings, Hitaro and Tivi, and also Ricardo as the giant dog man in Garfield's story. The group then heads into a small boat in order to reach the location where they will be meeting Kiritaka and Liliana. Another great chapter, guys. There's a few things I want to touch on in this chapter, but overall this was pretty slow. I appreciated the information we got on Kiritaka's personality. Finding out he's a lolicon really makes me not like him that much. I also found it funny to hear that Garfield was attacked by Mimi's siblings and had to be rescued by Ricardo, especially since I think Garfield is strong enough to beat both Tivi and Hitaro, and maybe even Ricardo in a one-on-one fight. And that's gonna be all for now, guys.
drop a comment letting me know what you think. Be sure to like, subscribe. Until next time, peace.